Hey everyone, welcome back to Straight Facts channel. Today we're diving into 15 facts that will absolutely blow your mind. Some of these will make you question everything you thought you knew about the world, while others will make you look at everyday things in a totally new way. These aren't just rumors or myths. These are proven facts backed by science, history, and real-life research. So let's jump right in with fact number 1. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be Googling some of these for yourself. Let's go. 1. The Eiffel Tower grows in the summer. Did you know the Eiffel Tower gets taller in the summer? Yes, it actually expands as the temperature rises. The iconic Parisian landmark is made of iron, and like most metals, iron expands when it gets hotter. In summer, when the temperature rises by just a few degrees, the tower can grow by up to 6 inches, about the height of an average ruler. While it's not a huge change, it's a mind-blowing fact that this towering piece of iron is constantly shifting, even if we can't see it with the naked eye. And you might be thinking, if I stood next to it during the summer, would I be taller? Sadly, no. But it's still pretty cool, right? 2. Honey never spoils. Honey is the only food that never spoils. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still perfectly edible. The secret lies in honey's low moisture content and natural acidity, which create an environment that's inhospitable to bacteria and microorganisms. So that jar of honey you've had in your pantry for years, it's good to go. In fact, if stored properly, honey could literally last forever. 3. Humans and bananas share 60% of their DNA. Here's a crazy one. Humans share about 60% of our DNA with bananas. I know it sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, but it's true. We have a lot more in common with the fruit than we might think. While the 60% doesn't mean we're actually related to bananas, it shows how much of the genetic code is shared across life forms. The fact that we share DNA with bananas shows how the basic mechanisms of life are conserved. Even something as seemingly simple as a banana can teach us about the shared evolutionary history between all living things. 4. The ocean is deeper than Mount Everest is tall. Now let's get a little more serious. Did you know that the ocean is deeper than Mount Everest is tall? Mount Everest, the tallest mountain on Earth, stands at 29,032 feet, but the Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean reaches a depth of about 36,000 feet. That's over 7,000 feet deeper than Everest is tall. So, next time you think of the highest point on Earth, remember that the lowest point is even more extreme. The depth of the oceans remains one of the last frontiers of exploration on Earth. 5. A day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. Here's an astronomical head-scratcher. A day on Venus is actually longer than a year on Venus. While it takes just 225 Earth days for Venus to complete its orbit around the Sun, it takes 243 Earth days for Venus to complete one full rotation on its axis. And, to make things even crazier, Venus rotates in the opposite direction of most planets, including Earth. So if you lived on Venus, you would experience fewer days in a year than we do on Earth, but each one would last longer. 6. You can't hum while holding your nose. Here's a simple but weird fact. You can't hum while holding your nose. Try it yourself. When you hum, the sound is produced by the vibration of your vocal cords and the air moving through your nasal passages. If you block your nose, you stop the air from passing through, which makes it impossible to hum. It's a small thing, but it's a fun little science fact to share next time you need to amuse yourself or your friends. 7. Kissing transfers DNA. Now here's a pretty mind-blowing fact that might make you think twice about your next kiss. When you kiss someone, your DNA actually transfers. A study found that over 9,000 different types of bacteria are exchanged during a kiss. But that's not all. It turns out that kissing can transfer human DNA as well. While the amount is incredibly tiny, it's been shown that the cells of your mouth, saliva, and skin can contain traces of DNA from your partner. Pretty wild, right? Your DNA can actually stick around long after the kiss is over. It's not just romantic, it's biological. 8. The shortest war in history was 38 to 45 minutes long. Here's a historical nugget that'll definitely surprise you. The shortest war in history lasted only between 38 and 45 minutes. It took place in 1896 between the British Empire and the Sultanate of Zanzibar. After the Sultan refused to comply with British demands, the British responded with a naval bombardment, and within an hour, Zanzibar surrendered. Incredibly, only around 500 casualties occurred. Just 45 minutes of an entire war that was over before most people finished their lunch. 9. Your stomach gets a new lining every few days. Ever wonder how your stomach can handle all that food and acid without getting damaged? The lining of your stomach is constantly being replaced, usually every 3 to 5 days. The stomach produces an extremely strong acid to break down food, but this acid would burn through the stomach wall if it weren't for this quick regeneration process. It's a fascinating system, and without this rapid turnover of cells, your stomach wouldn't last long. 10. The Mona Lisa has no eyebrows. Here's an art fact. The Mona Lisa, one of the most famous paintings in the world, has no eyebrows. If you look closely at the portrait, you'll notice that there's no sign of eyebrows or eyelashes. Some experts believe that Leonardo da Vinci never finished the painting, while others think that it was common for people of the Renaissance to shave them off as a beauty standard. Regardless, it's a little odd that something so iconic has such a strange, unfinished detail. 11. There's a planet made of diamonds. Believe it or not, there's a planet made of diamonds. 55 Cancri E, located about 40 light-years away, is sometimes referred to as the Diamond Planet. It's thought to have an incredibly high concentration of carbon, and due to its extreme pressure and heat, some scientists believe that much of its surface may be covered in diamonds. That's a whole lot of bling. Sadly, it's far from our reach unless we develop some incredible technology, in which case, who's ready for a diamond mining expedition? 12. Trees can talk to each other. Yes, trees can communicate. Trees send signals to each other through their roots and through the air. One of the ways they do this is through a fungal network in the soil called mycorrhizal networks, or the Wood Wide Web. Through this network, trees can share water, nutrients, and even warn each other about dangers like pests. So, next time you're in a forest, remember, the trees might just be gossiping about you. 13. The moon smells like gunpowder. Ever wondered what the moon smells like? According to astronauts, the moon actually smells like gunpowder. After spacewalks, the lunar dust that clung to their suits had this distinct odor, which was described as similar to the scent of spent gunpowder or burnt metal. Kind of a strange thing to associate with the moon, don't you think? 14. You are always moving, even when you're still. Even when you feel completely still, you are always moving. For example, the Earth is constantly spinning, and as it does, it moves at a speed of about 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. On top of that, the Earth orbits the Sun at a speed of about 67,000 miles per hour. So technically, you are always moving even when you think you're not. Pretty crazy, right? You're constantly in motion, whether you feel it or not. 15. The total weight of all ants on Earth equals the weight of all humans. And for the final fact, get ready for this one. The total weight of all the ants on Earth is roughly equal to the weight of all humans combined. There are about 10,000 trillion ants on Earth, and collectively, they weigh about 70 million tons, the same as the total weight of humanity. These tiny creatures might seem insignificant, but their sheer numbers and collective weight are absolutely staggering. So what did you think? Which fact was the most mind-blowing for you? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible facts and stories. We've got plenty more coming your way. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.